latest here from your local election headquarters, and we are just 5 days away from voting beginning in the race for New York City mayor.
Yeah, candidates are moving around the city, making their final arguments and focusing heavily on President Trump, calling up the National Guard in Los Angeles. Our Henry Rossoff joins us now with more on this.
Yeah, and calling up the Marines, just this news breaking. So, yeah, really kind of an emergent situation. One of the key issues sort of dominating the Democratic primary on the mayoral campaign trail. At the forefront today, the possibility that President Trump could do here in New York what he is currently doing in Los Angeles. And of course, the question everyone is asking is, can anyone catch former Governor Andrew Cuomo?
What he's doing in L.A. right now, it's authoritarianism.
Queens Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani greeted voters in the heart of Harlem Monday. The long shot turned leading contender in the Democratic mayoral primary has promised free buses and rent freezes. But he's still new to many New Yorkers who are looking closely at his record, including his stance on Israel.
New York City has the most Jews in the population of the country.
We asked Mamdani about that and his ability to push back against President Trump. Are those the two issues in the final days you see as defining this campaign?
I see this campaign fundamentally being defined by the affordability crisis. We're seeing this continue to be the most expensive city in the United States of America.
Mamdani's omnipresence throughout the city this election certainly has narrowed the polling lead of once heavily favored former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Cuomo did not have any public events Monday after a busy weekend of events and gatherings with religious groups, especially Jewish New Yorkers who've endorsed him. He told a Bloomberg podcast that President Trump is overplaying his hand by unilaterally deploying the National Guard in Los Angeles and potentially doing the same in New York down the line.
Create chaos in L.A., create chaos in New York, create chaos in Chicago. Pretty soon, you create chaos in the nation, and that's bad for the economy.
Meanwhile, City Comptroller Brad Lander is among a number of more experienced civic leaders offering New Yorkers a third choice.
We need a mayor who can do two things, who can stand up to Donald Trump on behalf of New York's values, and who can govern the city more effectively so we can live up to New York's values.
And with early voting on Saturday, we're also keeping an eye out for formal cross endorsements. Remember, it's a ranked choice voting system. This could be something like we saw at the end of the last election cycle 4 years ago, where Catherine Garcia and Andrew Yang began campaigning together. And we'll see if that materializes in the coming days. It would not be unheard of in this system.
Do you imagine that some of those candidates that are polling very low might drop out in the next 5 days?
I mean, they couldn't drop out, much like Jessica Ramos did with Andrew Cuomo. They could endorse. I don't know that we're necessarily looking at that, but I do think we've seen these slates to defeat former Governor Cuomo. You might see formal endorsements to defeat him. That's what we're watching out for.
Understood. All right. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, and this Wednesday ahead of the start of early voting, our Dan Manarino will be sitting down with 6 of the top Democratic contenders to hear about their visions for New York City.
You can catch our special mayoral forum right there live at 6:30 on Wednesday evening on Pix 11 and streaming on Pix 11 Plus, as well as Pix11.com.